cartridge case into a fishing lure. First step's pound it flat with a rock. Now we've hammered it flat, we need to snap this hard end off that you can't hammer flat. Just keep bending it back and forth till it snaps off. Nearly there. There you go. This is what we need. So now, using a file on a multi-tool or a stone, we need to just scrub it and round the corners off. Now you need to punch a hole in this. You could salvage a nail out of an old piece of wood or a building if you had the opportunity, or you might even be able to use a screwdriver tip, and it will take a long time on a multi-tool to just drill into this. You wouldn't want to ruin a knife, so anything that you could use to punch, so just using a nail and a rock. There's our hole punched in. Now we're going to use a rock to bash it and dish it like a spoon. So now what we need to do with our rock, this is pointed, we need to just pound the spinner to make it into a spoon shape. Just pound it in the centre and it will start to curve like this. See the curve now? You could also just use a multi-tool and just tweak it, but you want the curve so it catches in the water and it will make it spin. And if it's not shiny, you could just use a rock and just scrub it on a rock, and that will polish it and make the case shine to attract the fish's attention to take the bait, the lure. Ideally you need a bead so the spinner can run. I managed to break another piece off with my multi-tool from the cartridge, so I'm just going to make a little sliver of brass that I can clamp on above the hook like this, just so the spinner has got something hard to run against. Ideally, like I say, a bead. Maybe someone in the party would have a piece of jewellery or something, but just got that there, and when we drop the spinner on top now, that will be able to run against that. So here's our setup. You can see the makeshift hook, the piece of brass that's crimped on for the spinner to run against, so that just allows it to just freely turn because it's the metal on metal. So in the water that will spin along and hopefully snag a predatory fish. Could also fashion a spoon spinner from a piece of old can in exactly the same way. You just take a cut off the can, careful not to cut yourself, obviously it's very sharp, and then you could just fold it and give it exactly the same treatment. Just fold it a few times and give it exactly the same treatment as the piece of brass cartridge case. So just with a rock, just repeatedly pound it, shape it to size, and where the can's softer you can really go nuts with it and break bits off at random or fold it. See how that's taking shape and curving, so we can just tweak it with the multi-tool now. So just using the multi-tool now to really define the spoon shape. You see it's really reflective already and shiny. It's definite spinner spoon shape now that'll catch the water. So then it's just a case of punching a hole into it. There you go, and then you could just use that as a spinner now.